When a woman truly loves you, not lusts after you, not clings out of insecurity, but genuinely, deeply, soul level loves you, her actions change. Not in loud, flashy ways, but in the quiet corners, the small details, the sacred spaces most men never pay attention to. And if you miss those signs, you'll lose something priceless before you even knew it was in your hands.
When a woman genuinely loves you, she doesn't just let you into her life. She lets you into her inner world. And that is not normal behavior. That is not typical. That is sacred. We live in a time where emotional walls are built tall and wide. Women are taught to guard themselves, to not catch feelings, to play it cool, to protect their heart at all costs. Love? That as a battlefield? Vulnerability? That S weakness, or so we're told. But when a woman truly loves you, she does the unthinkable. She lowers the shield. She strips the ego. She becomes emotionally naked, and she lets you see her like no one else ever has. This is not about being emotional or soft. This is biological bravery. Science tells us that vulnerability activates the same fear centers in the brain as physical danger. Her pulse quickens. Her defenses scream at her to run. And yet, she stays. She leans in. Because real love doesn't play it safe, it takes soul-level risk. She opens up about her fears, her childhood, her insecurities. She tells you what hurts her, what scares her, what keeps her up at night, not to test you, but because she trusts you. And that trust, that is gold. That is the deepest level of intimacy most men never experience, because they are too distracted or too emotionally underdeveloped to recognize it. But here is the truth no one tells you. If you mishandle that moment even once, she may never give it to you again. You don't need to break her heart for her to shut down. You just need to laugh when she cries. Roll your eyes when she is anxious. Brush off her pain as overreacting. When you do that, she learns something loud and clear. This is not a safe place. And when a woman no longer feels safe with you emotionally, she'll love you from a distance or leave altogether. And here is the worst part. You won't even know what you lost. You'll think she just changed, got cold, pulled back. No, she gave you something sacred. And you didn't protect it. So the next time a woman bares her heart, shows her wounds, or opens a door to her rawest emotions, pause. Listen. Honor it. Because that is not drama. That is not weakness. That is the realest form of love you will ever experience. And if you don't know how to hold it, you were never ready to receive her in the first place. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't just love your presence, she respects your peace. She watches over it like it is sacred. That is not submission. That is emotional maturity. She doesn't Easter chaos to feel important. She doesn't use silence as punishment. She doesn't test you with unnecessary drama. Instead, she becomes a calming presence. Her energy soothes, not drains. Her words lift, not cut. Why? Because real love doesn't want control. It wants harmony psychologically. This is called emotional attunement, the ability to feel what you feel and respond in ways that protect, not provoke. If you're overwhelmed, she steps back without disappearing. If you're distant, she doesn't accuse, she checks in. Not because she is desperate, but because your peace matters to her just as much as her own. But here is the warning. If you take that peace for granted, if you respond to her calm with carelessness, or her patience with disrespect, she will quietly start to pull away, not in anger, but in preservation. And when she leaves, you realize something terrifying. She wasn't just peaceful. She was the peace. So if you have a woman who values your mental and emotional space, who chooses to be your calm in a loud world, don't await to appreciate her when she is gone. Protect her peace like she protects yours. That is love. that S partnership, that S rare. When a woman genuinely loves you, she doesn't evolve for who you could be. She commits to who you're actively becoming. Let that sink in. There is a difference between potential and growth. Potential is what you might do. Growth is what you choose to do. Potential makes promises. Growth shows up. And a woman who truly loves you isn't interested in dating a dream. She wants a man who is already in motion. She sees your flaws, but more importantly, she sees your discipline, your self-awareness, your effort. She is not impressed by talk. She is moved by transformation. Because when a woman loves from a place of emotional intelligence, she understands this. Hope doesn't build relationships, habits do. She'll support your vision, but she'll expect you to show up for it. She will cheer for you, but not at the cost of her own dignity. She won't babysit your ambition. She won't mother your excuses. She will divest her energy into a man who is investing in himself. That means she will challenge you, not to control you, but to grow you. She TL ask uncomfortable questions. She TL hold you accountable, not because she is hard to please, but because she believes in you. Her love is not passive. It is a partnership with purpose. But if all she sees is talk with no action, if your life is stuck on replay while she is trying to rise, she will outgrow the version of you that refuses to evolve. Quietly, without warning. So if you're blessed enough to have a woman who invests in your growth, rise to the occasion. Meet her there. Not with promises, but with progress. Because a woman like that isn't trying to change you. She is trying to build with you. Don't make her love feel like wasted potential. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't compete with you, she co-creates with you. She softens, not because she is weak, but because she finally feels safe. That is a privilege, not a right. Understand this. Many women walk through life in survival mode. They just had to be strong, hard, impenitent to the bone. Not because they wanted to, but because life gave them no other choice. But when she loves you, really loves you, something radical happens. She lets her guard down, not all at once, but piece by piece. She still holds her power. But she no longer needs to prove it every second. She is no longer trying to out-talk you, out-earn you, or out-allocate you. She leans into her femininity, not as a performance, but as a response to the emotional safety you've created. And that kind of softness, that is earned psychologically, this is what therapists call secure feminine energy. It only emerges when a woman knows she won't be punished for relaxing. When she knows her strength isn't under threat and her voice won't be silenced. She doesn't lose herself. She just doesn't have to fight anymore. But don't get it twisted. Soft does not mean silent. She still speaks her truth. She still holds boundaries. But she does it with grace, not aggression. She is not trying to win. She is trying to connect. And that is power at its highest frequency. Now, here is the truth most men never hear. If she can't soften around you, it is not because she is too masculine. It is because she doesn't feel emotionally secure. And the more she has to stay in fight mode, the more emotionally exhausted she becomes until one day she realizes she feels lonelier with you than without you. And when that happens, she is already halfway gone. So if a woman is willing to soften for you, if she trusts you enough to be vulnerable without shrinking, honor that. Protect that. Because a soft woman in love is not just comforting. She is transformational. She is the kind of woman who builds empires, not just homes. And if you don't give her a reason to keep softening, she will go somewhere she can. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't play games. She reflects what you give, but not to manipulate. She mirrors your energy to communicate, to teach, to protect herself without needing to explain it 100 times. This is not passive aggressiveness. This is not some childish test. This is emotional intelligence in motion. Because at some point, a woman who loves you realizes words only go so far. When consistency lacks, energy becomes the clearest language. If you pull away emotionally, she might not chase. She reflects that distance not out of spite, but because she respects herself too much to beg for love. If you start showing up with clarity, presence, and leadership, she rises to meet you, not out of obligation, but because love is a two-way rhythm. She knows her worth, but she also knows yours. This kind of mirroring is rooted in neuroscience. According to studies on mirror neurons, we require to reflect the emotional states and behaviors of the people we require to. It as a biological survival tool, but in love, it becomes emotional currency. If you bring chaos, she will become guarded. If you bring safety, she will open. Not because she is playing roles, but because she is responding to the environment you create. The danger is when men misread this mirroring as mood swings or emotional instability. It is not. It is her final attempt to help you see yourself. She is giving you a reflection, not retaliation. But if you ignore that, if you keep expecting her to pour endlessly into a disconnected version of you, she will eventually stop mirroring and start detaching, and here is what hurts the most. When a woman stops reflecting your energy, it usually means she has already given up. You still think things are calm, peaceful even, but no, what you're witnessing is emotional closure. She is still there physically, but emotionally. She is miles away. And when she has gone, she won't announce it. She GTL just disappear in plain sight. So if you see a woman mirroring your inconsistency, don't dismiss it. Decode it. Ask yourself, what am I giving her to respond to? Because a woman in love reflects the energy of the man she believes in. And if you want her to reflect light, you need to bring it.